A very good evening to you on this 12th day, that is a Thursday of February 2026. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. You're just on time for the day's news. Let's begin. Now, ODM members in Bungoma County have come out in support of Edwin Sifuna, insisting he remains the party's Secretary General despite Wednesday's announcement declaring his removal. Speaking in Bungoma town, the members said Senator Sifuna has been at the forefront in defending and strengthening the ODM party, adding that they will not allow any form of intimidation against him. They argued that any decision to remove Sifuna from office can only be ratified through a national delegates conference, maintaining that they will continue to recognize and support him as their leader.
Hizo mikutano zenye walikaa jana ati wanapanga ati Edwin Sifuna CSG wa chama cha ODM. Tunasema tawe. Vijana power. Mimi nataka niseme hivi. Mtu yeyote ambaye anataka kutoa SG kwa chama cha ODM ni NTZ ama ni aje? Sisi hatutakubali kama watu wa Bungoma. Tara hii tumesema nataka kusifu Babu Owino na kina Orengo alafu na kina Ososi wamesimama na kijana yetu. Tunasema vijana power. Kuanzia leo no Sifuna, no Sifuna.
Kamati ya Bwana Oburu imefanya ati ya kufukuza Edwin Sifuna kama Secretary General. Siku ya leo tunaambia Edwin Sifuna kwamba wewe bado ni Secretary General wa ODM. Sifuna bado ni Secretary General wa ODM. Na kama watathubutu kuondoa Sifuna leo hii, tunasema kwamba ni mwisho ya ODM. Ni mwisho wa ODM.
Ninaongea kwa mambo ya Edwin Sifuna. Amepikana na ODM. Sasa Oburu alikuwa wapi? Tunasema Bungoma. Kwa mama tuko Kangari. Ili ODM ilikuwa haiuzi Bungoma lakini Sifuna akakuja. ODM ikauzwa Bungoma. Sasa tunasema kama si Sifuna hakuna no ODM hapa Bungoma. Akiwa Sifuna no ODM hapa Bungoma.
Story by Sifuna once again, but before that, let's move on to President William Ruto, who has today taken his development tour to Mandera County, where he responded sharply to criticism from opposition leaders over the government's drought response in the northern region. Without mincing his words, the president singled out DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of misunderstanding the realities on ground and politicizing an issue that directly affects thousands of families.
Under the hot Mandera sun, President William Ruto stood before resident and local leaders determined to set the record straight. The president pushed back against criticism from opposition leaders, particularly DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua, saying those questioning his visit and the government's drought interventions do not fully understand the realities facing communities in northern Kenya. President Ruto dismissed the criticism as misguided, saying some leaders are commenting from a distance without fully understanding the daily struggles of communities in northern Kenya.
Nilisikia watu wengine hapo, wengine nimewafukuza kazi kwa sababu ya kuzembea na kwa sababu ya incompetence. Wengine wamefukuzwa kwa sababu waliiba pesa ya relief. Wengine walifukuzwa kwa sababu ya kuiba mahindi ya watu ambao wako na njaa. Wengine walifukuzwa kwa mambo yao ya ufisadi. Ati sasa wameenda kusanyana pale ati wanajaribu kunipatia lecture. Mimi nataka niwaambie nyinyi, wachaneni na hii maneno, hamuelewi. Hamuna akili ya kutosha kufikiria vile hawa vijana wanaweza kusomeshwa, wanaweza kupangwa na ajira na wanaweza kupangwa na biashara.
But it was security that drew some of the strongest applause. President Ruto said defeating Al-Shabaab requires more than military operations. According to him, the fight against terrorism must combine firm security action with development, intelligence sharing and stronger community partnership.
Nyinyi na waomba na viongozi wa Mandera, sisi wote tuwe ni watu ambao tutapigana na Al-Shabaab. Hawa Al-Shabaab ni watu bure. Mimi nataka niwaeleze, mimi na nyinyi tutaungana, serikali ya Kenya tutashirikiana, nyinyi mtusaidie tuweze kukabiliana na wahuni na magaidi, ndio Mandera hii iendelee na maendeleo, iendelee na biashara, ndio Mandera ikue na isaidie kuchangia katika uchumi wa taifa letu la Kenya.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale also weighed in, criticizing remarks made by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua regarding security matters. Duale defended the government's counter-terrorism operations, warning that political statement on sensitive security issues must be made responsibly.
Ule ambaye alisema kulala Mandera rais amekutana na Al-Shabaab, maajabu ya Musa, ndio saa hizi anataka kutuambia rafiki wetu. And we are telling him kuwa rahisi kulala hapa, kukuwa na kikao na wananchi na wazee na viongozi wakiongozwa na gavana. Wewe kumwambia rais amekutana na Al-Shabaab, umetufanyia ile madharau ambaye hatutasahau. Your Excellency, hata hii boda ya sisi na Somalia na sisi na Ethiopia, it is part of the marginalization.
As Mandera continues to grapple with both drought and security challenges, today's visit underscored a broader message from the president. Development and security, he says, must go hand in hand. Dolly Murigimbovi for Hope TV.
Much appreciated, Dolly, for that report. And Interior Cabinet Secretary, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, has sent a chilling warning to political leaders allegedly fueling the flames of insecurity in the Rift Valley. Appearing before Parliament today, the Cabinet Secretary linked several lawmakers to the persistent menace of cattle rustling and banditry that has long plagued the North Rift. Our reporter Vincent Kerosi has the details on the government's plan to flush out the financiers and mop up illegal firearms.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen did not mince his words when he appeared before the House on Thursday. Addressing the ongoing insecurity in West Pokot, Samburu and Turkana, Murkomen pointed a finger at a section of politicians, accusing them of being masterminds behind the high cases of stock theft in the region.
We have collected over 1,200 guns in West Pokot, in Elgeyo Marakwet, small parts of West Pokot, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Baringo. Mr. Speaker, as we move towards Turkana, we expect not less than 3,000 guns to be surrendered. And Mr. Speaker, it will be painful. Forget about the noise you hear now, politicians speaking. The day we do what we have to do, the noise will be unmanageable. And I am prepared for that noise because I have gone through it before. The IGs prepared, the National Police Service. Because why will it be painful, Mr. Speaker? It's because, again, as I said earlier, the sponsors are sitting in this house. You know? Their associates and their PAs are the ones who are buying the bullets and the guns. And Mr. Speaker, you will hear in the news, the day the police catch up with their associates and their PAs and their friends who are supplying those guns and bullets, Mr. Speaker, when they are apprehended by police service, you will hear them come here with statements and issue other press conferences. I will never be intimidated when it comes to this issue of banditry. We will deal with it and deal with it with finality, Mr. Speaker. And no amount of press conferences and stories. If it helps them to speak in press conferences to get votes, maybe. But I'm not going to do politics on this issue of security. We are going to make sure that West Pokot and Turkana are going to fight in classrooms with pens and books, not using guns.
To bolster the fight, the CS announced that the government is significantly scaling up the capacity of the Special Operations Group, an elite wing of the Special Forces currently deployed against bandits in the Rift. On the ground, the disarmament exercise is already yielding results. Murkomen revealed that over 1,400 illegal guns have been recovered in West Pokot alone, with a target to reach 3,000 in the coming months.
Speaker, I am in the middle here.
The CS, who was flanked by Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, also touched on the controversial January 24th shooting in Kitengela. The incident involving a senior DCI officer left one person dead and another seriously injured. While the families of the victims are growing impatient for justice, Murkomen insists that the investigative wheels are still turning.
Parts of the police where police are culpable, but the police officers are cooperating. The National Police Service is cooperating to make sure that those mentioned officers, DCI officers, are taken through the legal process.
Vincent Kirosi, Hope TV.
Thank you, Vincent Kirosi. Now back to Sifuna's ouster. The Political Parties Disputes Tribunal has temporarily stopped the removal of Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna as the Orange Democratic Movement Secretary General. In orders issued by the tribunal chair today, the implementation of a resolution by ODM's National Executive Committee to oust Sifuna has been suspended. The tribunal directed that Sifuna's suspension and the gazettement of his removal be halted pending the hearing and determination of a petition he filed challenging the NEC's decision. And as Alice Diana reports, Sifuna has maintained that he is the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party.
At no time have I been informed of any allegations against me, be they of indiscipline, insubordination, or incompetence in the execution of my duties as the Secretary General. Neither have I been invited to respond to any complaints in and out of the party on any matter that would constitute grounds for removal of a Secretary General. Even in the current circumstances, I would never betray the ideals and principles of my late party leader. I have served this party with loyalty, diligence, and unwavering commitment because I had a leader in Raila who nurtured young people and young leaders and knew how to bring competing interests and egos into one functional movement.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
At the age of 25 is where there is also another change, because the frontal cortex, this part of the head, the maturity now of the brain happens at that time, which is responsible for intellectual abilities, decision makings, and like the executive area of the brain. Again, it comes with other challenges. Now that I am who I am, you withdraw further from people. Then the other stage that comes in, sometimes it can come early from the age of 35 all the way to 55. Midlife crisis. Midlife crisis. So the man is trying to catch up with the lost time. Unajua anajaribu kuingia kwa vijana because they lost the time, they don't fit. Unapata jamaa anaacha koti avae, lakini wewe umevaa
jibu wewe unaacha koti. Are you trying to communicate?
Are you trying to fit? So like so like they are trying to fit, but as they move closer to this generation, now ina move away. Inasonga, ukikuja inasonga. So then the loneliness increases. And in fact, it is that critical stage where in the field of psychology, we teach the men to begin to prepare themselves for that package of retirement.
Catch past episodes on our YouTube channel at Hope TV Kenya. Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
Back now, ODM Secretary General and Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has denied extortion claims made by the Council of Governors against him and 3 other members of the County Public Accounts Committee. The vocal senator has dared governors to table evidence, insisting it is a well-coordinated war against him, further warning of filing a defamation case over the claims. As Sami Adika reports, this comes as Kenya ranks 3rd in corruption within the East African community.
A day after governors reaffirmed their boycott of the Senate County Public Accounts Committee over claims of harassment and intimidation during oversight sessions and named the committee's chairperson Moses Kajwang, his vice chairperson Jones Maruma, Edwin Sifuna and Samson Cherargei as the most notorious. Sifuna has dismissed the allegations, daring any governor with proof of his involvement in extorting them to provide evidence.
You people know me. You have seen me at work. The Kenyan public knows me. Those governors that are making those allegations, we will meet them in court. In court, because it is very defamatory for you to stand up and say, you bring the evidence for the Kenyans to be able to see, and we will handle that matter. In fact, it is already a subject of discussion in the Senate.
In a statement to the Senate Speaker, Amason Kingi, the governors accused the lawmakers of engaging in extortion, political witch hunts, intimidation and harassment of county chiefs summoned before the committee.
This corruption that governors are allegedly being harassed over with respect to audit, we want to be told whether the Houses of Parliament are insulated against corruption. Yes. And it's time to say things as they are.
Earlier on, DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua equally claimed that both policy houses are corrupt, alleging that each senator received 10 million Kenya shillings to support his impeachment motion in 2024.
So I gather the senators are reasoning that since they have stolen from the people, they need to steal from them. Of course, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Of course, the Senate and the National Assembly has been a theater of corruption. When I was being hounded out of office, the senators who hounded me out of office were given 10 million shillings each, and others 20 million. It's a den of corruption.
This comes as Transparency International released the 2025 Corruption Perception Index, showing little to no progress in the fight against corruption. Kenya was ranked at position 130 out of 181, being featured among nations where corruption remains a serious threat and with limited signs of progress. In East Africa, Kenya trails behind Rwanda and Tanzania, ranked at position 58 and 40 respectively. The decline in rank has been attributed to weakened checks and balances and a politicized justice system, warning that where reforms are disconnected from citizen oversight, gains quickly unravel. For Newswatch, I'm Sami Adika.
Samia Dika. Now to matters health. A section of Kenya National Union of Nurses and Midwives officials in Uasin Gishu County have called for the resignation of their National Secretary General Seth Panyako. The union officials accused Panyako of failing to advocate for the welfare and professional development of their members. In a media briefing in Eldoret, the officials led by Simon Kibi and John B. further claimed there was an attempt to undermine internal democracy following recent changes to the union's constitution. The court has since issued orders suspending the changes pending hearing and determination of the case, which is challenging the legality of some of the clauses.
Our challenge is founded on three key reasons. First, we have witnessed poor leadership and governance under the current General Secretary. The union has failed to adequately represent the interests of nurses and midwives across the country. Critical issues affecting members, such as welfare, professional development, and fair representation, have not been addressed effectively. Certain provisions are crafted in a way that concentrates power in one office, weakens checks and balances, and undermines internal democracy.
Tumeona ya kwamba kuna mfanyakazi wetu mmoja kwa jina Panyako ambaye ana tabia mbaya. Na sisi kama the employer tumekusanyika mara hapa kumpea hilani ya kwamba sisi tumechoka na yeye, hatumtaki tena aongoze wauguzi, manake uongozi wake umekuwa uongozi mbaya ambapo ameenda kinyume na ile matakwa ya wauguzi, akalejesta constitution ambayo ilikuwa imekatazwa na koti mwaka wa 2022. Koti ilisema ya kwamba kusibandilishwe constitution yeyote, lakini Panyako akaenda kinyume na hilo agizo la koti mwaka wa 2024 August, akarejesta constitution mpya.
As much as he claims to be having businesses, he is not repeating the branches, meaning he is not sending the share of the branch money. So he is using those branch money to buy plots and to put up houses, which is claiming to be businesses. Those are our money. And if this team come into being, believe you me, we are going for those assets that is owning.
Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti has presided over the pass-out parade of the second cohort of the Machakos Youth Service, advancing the county's youth empowerment agenda. A total of 1,700 young people drawn from all 40 wards were enrolled in the program this year. Following the ceremony, the graduates will proceed to vocational training centers for fully sponsored 3-month courses in various fields. She also urged parents to embrace dialogue and guidance in nurturing their children.
Gavana wetu, hongera sana kwa kazi njema unayofanya kuelimisha vijana wengi na kudumisha maadili mema.
I'm an electrical engineer, venye nilisema tu juzi, electrical inalipa. Venye tu sasa mimi niko najitegemea mimi mwenyewe, courtesy of our governor. Thank you, madam.
As you proceed to the next critical phase of the program, the practical exposure to various vocational and technical skills in our various institutions, I urge you to keep your eyes on the ball. Give it your best. Let me be very clear. My administration does not view youth empowerment as a social project or a campaign slogan. We view it purely as an economic strategy. We are building an economic powerhouse.
And the county government of Embu has launched a 140 million shillings project to upgrade key urban roads to bitumen standards. The initiative is part of Governor Cecil Mbarire's infrastructure agenda aimed at improving connectivity, boosting local businesses, and enhancing livelihoods. The roads earmarked for upgrading include 3 feeder roads in Embu Town, Rika Market Road in Bere South, Siakago Market Road in Bere North and the Runyenjes town exit. The works will also include installation of street lighting, drainage systems, culverts and pedestrian walkways.
Barabara za town, mambo ya maram sasa itakuwa ni mambo ya kupoteza resources. Moving forward, we still want to encourage the county government, na waziri yuko hapa, kwamba barabara za town tukiendelea kuweka maram tunaendelea ku waste public resources, kwa sababu maram haikai sana, kwa sababu the traffic is very high. So tunaendelea ku encourage county government, mimi ikiwa mmoja wao, kwamba tuendelee kuweka lami badala ya kuweka maram katika barabara za town. Lakini zaidi ni kwamba ningependa tu nishukuru na niombe pia wakaaji, na nikianza na contractor, kwamba wafanyikazi ambao watafanya kazi katika hizi barabara wawe ni vijana wa Kiremari, kwa sababu hizi nafasi za kazi lazima ziweze kusaidia watu ambao wanafanya kazi katika area hiyo.
The expectation time of this project is really an average of 6 months. That's what we have agreed with the contractors. And the other area is that we are doing 5 loans that we are doing within this upgrading to a tarmac road. So in those areas we are expecting to spend an average of 145 million in total in terms of areas that we are focused to really improve.
In terms of infrastructure, we will miss the dust that we get. We will miss the mud that is usually taken into the schools when it rains, and therefore there will be easy access into the institution. So overall, it is going to bring a very huge benefit to the institution. At one point, we were nearly 9,000 students. Now, this may give us an impetus to bring in more students into the school purely because of the infrastructure function.
And across our borders all the way to Canada, an 18-year-old has been named as the suspect in a shooting that killed 8 people and injured dozens more in British Columbia, Canada. Police said Jesse Van Rotzeler was found dead at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot injury. The motive for the attack is not yet known. 6 people were killed and at least 25 others were injured at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. Hundreds of mourners gathered to exchange comfort and moments of silence in Tumbler Ridge's main square and outside the British Columbia legislature in Victoria. Authorities do not believe there are other suspects involved in the shootings.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. In business, farmers across the country have been urged to embrace the cultivation of indigenous crops as a way of improving public health and strengthening food security. Speaking during a press briefing in Kisumu, advocates of fair and sustainable agriculture called on residents to protect and promote traditional seeds and crops. They noted that indigenous farming systems can help reduce reliance on genetically modified organisms, commonly known as GMOs.
Say no to what? To GMO. Say no to what?
GMO. You well understand that GMOs were legalized in Kenya in 2023 without public participation. So we are not going to go down without a fight. We are going to fight GMOs in the streets. We are going to fight GMOs in court and every other way until GMOs are banned in this country. GMOs, they are taking, it's literally food colonization in this country. We are giving power of seed production and giving it to one individual. Lakini Mungu ametupea mbegu. Mungu ametupea mbegu za kiasiri. Katiba kwanza imeprotect mbegu zetu za kiasiri. Tunajua, we know studies are there. GMOs are causing cancer. GMOs are expensive to plant. Mkulima lazima atanunua dawa. Unaambia ule mkulima tena anunue mbegu. Lakini ule mkulima hujampea maji, hujampea kitu yoyote, hujafanya subsidy, bado una tax hizo vitu zote. We are saying no to GMO. Yeah. We want to people of Kisumu, people of Nyanza region, to understand the dangers of GMO.
More than 5,000 students at Garissa University are set to benefit from improved learning facilities after the M-Pesa Foundation broke ground on a 272.9 million shillings tuition complex. The project includes modern lecture halls, science and ICT laboratories, faculty offices, and examination and conference facilities. The complex will be powered by solar energy and equipped with water harvesting systems to enhance sustainability. It will also feature a Safaricom Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center aimed at promoting skills-based education among young people. Meanwhile, the foundation is set to launch an ICT center at the University of Embu under its TVET program. Standard Chartered Bank has partnered with lifestyle restaurant Art Cafe as it unveiled its new Nanyuki Mount Kenya hub. This innovation marks a strategic shift in how the lender intends to serve clients in the fast-growing regional towns. The partnership will see the bank integrate hospitality-inspired spaces within its branch network, creating what the executives described as courteous and evolving environment for customers, even as the digital banking continue to dominate the transactions.
So this is quite a pivotal moment for Standard Chartered in this part of Kenya. Mount Kenya, this region broadly, is a very important part of our business here. Just to position, Kenya is a key component of not only the cluster that I look after, which is Africa, Middle East, and Europe, but is a key contributor to the overall WRB business for Standard Chartered. What we've launched here today is an important partnership between Standard Chartered and Art Cafe to bring a renewed, experience for our clients. It's important for our clients to be able to experience us both in the context of the virtual world, but also to experience us in physical presence. But the world has moved on, and the manner in which our physical presence is experienced by our clients has changed significantly. And that's why this partnership with Art Cafe is for us so important. This is the second one that we've done with Art Cafe, and I really think brings a refreshed and innovative experience for our customers, and is really key and pivotal to our distribution strategy as we focus on developing our wealth business across all of our markets.
And in sports, the Football Kenya Federation headquarters in Kasarani is undergoing a major refurbishment aimed at improving working conditions after years of wear and neglect. The facility, which was constructed in 2008 with funding from FIFA under the Goal Project scheme, had significantly deteriorated over time, prompting the need for the upgrade. The renovation is expected to restore the offices to proper standards and enhance service delivery at the Federation.
Undertake the major innovations so that at least we can bring it up to speed and give confidence to our people that indeed, even the face of how we look, we can deliver something for football in this country. It was necessary. I think we have major projects that are coming up. We have AFCON coming, so we anticipate very many guests from outside, and we do not want them to see a face of people who are not serious with football. We'll have FIFA guests, we'll have CAF guests coming in, government officials. So we thought it is important for us to undertake these renovations at this point in time so that it can be a welcoming face when anybody visits the FKF Goal Project, Kananda House. One, we had to deal with the roof. We had a leaking roof, which was really causing a lot of damage to some of our equipments in the office. We had to also undertake renovations in our floor. The nature of the way the floor looked was also dilapidated. We also had to look at our outer.
And with that, it is a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team that has made this bulletin a success, thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. Till next time, God willing, have a good night.